Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays Minecraft Archipelago. And I have been a little bit busy here. So I've got my walls around here, finally. But you see, no roof yet, and it still looks a bit plain, so I'll have to do something about that. But for now, I am getting my chests inside of here. I've got picture frames to show me, so therefore I have my wood ones here, some arrows here. Starting to get some arrows in here. I have a good number in order to do still. Probably have to process some gravel to get that into what I need here. I've managed to start my egg collection. You remember that from last time back in the golf course where I had loads and loads and loads of eggs, so therefore certainly not running out of eggs anytime soon. Starting to collect some of this. Redstone. I'm getting nice quantities of redstone. And then we have cobble, smooth stone, granite, diorite. So getting some good numbers there. And I really should. If we've got nothing else to process, I might as well throw in some cobble and get that going. Yes, and I also built this smelter so that I could do some smelting while I'm going around the rest of my business, so I don't have to worry about that, so I can keep things cooked and all that stuff. I've got a good amount of cattle, and in fact I've also done quite a bit of harvesting between there, and chickens, of course, as you could gather from all those eggs that I have no shortage of them. And I finally managed to corral my sheep. So now I have some sheep and plenty of wool. I don't know how much wool I'll be needing, but it could. I figure if I collect some whatever I need, that will be it. I don't. Uh-oh. Oops. You don't want to become lamb chops. Right. Well. Yeah. I'll decide later what I'm going to do about this. Actually, I might just decide to create another pen and create those as the start of a new set of sheep, assuming I could corral them together. So I could start some dyed sheep, because right now all I have is white wool. But what I was thinking is we could start on our witch farm here. Now this little farm here is not a super efficient, it's not going to be a super efficient farm. This is giving you a basic witch farm that, at least not initially, is not going to be using any redstone. It's one that's designed by Minecraft 01. So it's designed as be a nice, simple, basic one that doesn't use redstone or anything like that. Now, I may later modify it and tweak it to make it more efficient or whatever. But for now, it's just going to be a very simple design. And the idea here is to, let's see if I can do this right. And this is a 2-platform one. Now I have heard that in 1.9 you can get 3 spawning platforms, but it's probably, I have a feeling that first I want to get the basics down and not worry about doing something overly complicated, but we'll see about that. Now let's see, I think we want to fill this in on all sides. Right. Yeah. A lot easier to do things like this if you're in creative mode or something like that, but we are not, so therefore we've got to live with the limitations that you have. Alright, there we go. Now the idea here is I'm going to do a 2-platform witch hut here. let's see. And I think that's about as far as I can get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then fill that in, fill that all the way through. And this, if I recall correctly, yeah, works like this. Because it depends on the way things drop. So therefore this goes exactly on the roof overhang. So that it is, so that the front end is in one closer than the other. All right, let's see. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Okay, so therefore we've got that. Okay, so that goes all the way around. As you can see there, this goes out in front one more because the idea there is any witches that spawn up there drop down to here and then go into that section. All right. So therefore, the next step, that is just to get rid of the witches themselves. But I am going to have to worry about this water here because the witches are going to, of course, be dropped down into this area, and I think the usual thing we use for that is glass. And did I bring any glass with me? Of course not. That would have been sensible, right? Yeah, I did not bring any glass with me. And the reason why here that glass is the preferred one is partly because mobs don't spawn on top of glass. And I have a feeling the transparent qualities of glass are also a reason that go into that particular selection. So that you could, well, you can see through it. I mean, that's always a nice advantage of glass. And in fact, people probably wouldn't worry about it too much if it weren't for that. Which reminds me, I am going to have to start farming a little bit more sand in the near future so I could get more of this. Right now I do have 1, 2, 3. I do have quite an amount of sand around here. Yeah, I brought the fishing pole from the other area and brought it over here so that I had one less thing to worry about. So I could do my fishing over here instead of having to go all the way back to the other end. But I would like a second fishing pole so that I can give that back. And when I say a second fishing pole, I mean a second one with mending on it. Alright, let's see. Now, I've got to be able to create a dump area. Here we go. Now, these witches have to be able to fall off of this. Alright. Alright. So that's the question. Always making sure how far do you go out on this for optimal results. Sounds like okay, if the witches fall on there, they're just going to get off. So I think I have to go one more out. Well, we'll see. I'm either going out the right amount or I'm going out one too far. Now, what I'm planning here is to get rid of the water. So this outer one is going to be that those two blocks are eventually going to be broken. Now, unfortunately, I don't have silk touch, so I am not going to be using glass all the way around. Oops. I'm just going to use it for the outside since that's the part that's going to remain. All right, let's see. Yeah, doing things like this in survival are always a little bit more challenging. All right, let's see. This is okay. That's even with that. This is. Oh my goodness gracious! It is getting late. Whoops. Yeah. Uh-oh. 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 Whew. Okay, sun's going down, and I am going to be back when I have all this stuff filled in. And we are back, and We made a bit of progress over here. I've completed the 2 platforms. Now, I have it torched up right now. Obviously, when we actually have it ready for spawns and all that stuff, I'll have to get rid of all the torches, since that will keep the mobs from spawning. But the idea here, now remember, this is from Minecracker 01. It's not my plan. So therefore you have the witches up on top. They fall down below to the platform below it, and then they fall down to the dirt area below that. I'll have water that will transport them down to a cave system below. And the drop is a pretty hefty drop, greater than, see, we're about 62 there, and the room that I've selected is somewhere between 30 and 28, so it's greater than 30, and that'll be enough to kill a witch. Now, it's not the perfect farm, because right now the thought I have isn't fully automated, since it requires the witches to walk off, but it's a first step on it. So we'll go through this piecemeal and then see if I can find some way of automating it that works reasonably well with the materials I have and my place as a builder. Now, the other thing I worked on are these tunnels down here. And the idea of this was to get to the location where we are, because if you check here, we are now at 26. All right. And you see there are some other caves around here, unfortunately. And because of that, am going to have to find all those other caves and be able to clear them out. Otherwise, I won't be able to have a very efficient farm here. And already the system itself of harvesting isn't so efficient. So you can just imagine having inefficiency in spawns is going to make things even worse. So therefore, I have to get all the caves. So this is the room I eventually found, which is here at 29, so it's greater than 30 below. And this is the room I had all got out, starting to see, okay, this is the center point. I was thinking, okay, let's go up here and see what we've got up here. And I found that there was a cave directly on top of it. That's right. So definitely not what you call a top efficient location for anything. And I need to, now I'm still hearing moans all about, so obviously I still haven't taken care of everything around here. But this is, yeah, that room over here. Oh, where did he come from? Okay, so obviously there are a few spawn points that I have already missed. And let's see. Oh, and between episodes, I was slaughtering cattle, and my sword went out. I used up. So therefore, that's not very good shape. Well, I'm not going to stand here all day. Okay, it looks like there are a couple of spawn points there and stuff like that. So I have to get this all lit up and set up so that I won't have to worry about spawns taking away of efficiency from the witch farm, and also to clear all the caves and maybe find some useful items to use in it. And these are various places I've just been trying to get out along the way. Now, you notice that the stairway continued past that point, and that is because I decided to come down here and start a nice, fun digging site. What? There's a spawning point around here? Oh, that's right. I think I did find one or two little caves. You notice how I'm branching out to the right but not to the left, and that's because to the left seems to be a prime cave of some sort. and you could hear a bit of lava also. So I'm going down here, and this is around level 13 or so. And I was thinking that would be diamondish level, but I haven't found a single diamond yet. And I have tried also down here. This is around, like, this is way down at 7, you know. Certainly low enough, but unfortunately it's also low enough to get lots and lots of lava and running into bedrock and stuff like that. So I was thinking 13 might do me a little bit better, and nope, no better luck whatsoever. So that's what I'm doing between episodes, trying to see if I can find some diamonds, because I have yet to find a single diamond in this entire series. Alas. Though at least I've been finding a decent amount of iron. So maybe I can do something with that. I wonder if, of course, if I found enough iron, maybe I could use iron golems in order to help with the witch farm. Yeah, I guess that's one methodology. I don't think, though, I'll ever have enough iron to be able to get that many iron blocks. Alright. So I might soon have enough to actually get I might soon have enough, if I can't get iron blocks, maybe at least get enough for an anvil, enough iron blocks for an anvil. That will be a nice thing to have. Use some of those enchantment books I've collected. Because at this rate, no diamonds means no obsidian. No obsidian means no enchanting table. No enchanting table means that if I want to get any enchantments, I'm going to have to settle with... Alright, well, there you go. That I'm going to have to settle with using the books then. Alright. Okay, so we'll let that continue along the way. So therefore, what's up next? Oh, yes. Building a house. And what I'm thinking of is right about here. These torches are my outline. That, well, this might be a good beginning. A, it's a little bit too boxy, and B, it's a little bit too small. So I'm probably going to have another wing of the house back here, just to add a little more interesting shape and to take over a little bit more territory. I'll probably have to chop down these trees, but since I planted them in the first place, it'll just be harvesting the wood anyway. It won't be like I'm losing a major resource. And speaking of resources, I had not realized before today that witches' huts are made of spruce. So that was a nice pleasant surprise, because now I have a stack of spruce wood planks and some spruce stairs. I didn't realize I'd get that much from harvesting out a witch hut, but okay. That gave me quite a bit, though, of course. I will have to use it sparingly, but it will be nice to be able to use spruce as a trimming to my house. Because it would be the perfect place to add a little attention to that, because I don't know of any other place where I can find spruce at the moment. But that is what is going on. So between episodes... Ooh, what should I do? Oh, between episodes, I am hoping maybe to clear out that cave under there a little bit more, and to start to be able to make a connection, because I need to go from that center point of the dirt area that's below the spawning platforms, dig all the way down there without getting myself killed, of course. And once I dig all the way down, I will be able to once I'm all the way down, I don't know what that sheep somehow got into the horse's well, of course, because I got this platform here. So therefore, that sheep is probably found its new home. I'll probably make a full stall for the horse later, and then maybe make this a new sheep pen, and that'll be good. But that's it for today. I'll see you later for another episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Archipelago.